Hi there, Robin here from Expert On. Today we're going to be talking about with this right here, the GSM-3250 from Gemini. Now, we got this in because we wanted to cover all the different products that we can find our hands on, and we have a lot of customers here who ask us for this. And I thought, well, always talked about it as, well, it's probably going to be a little loose, not great sound, but, it looks awesome. And it turns out I was completely wrong. Even though this is only $200 US, it's pretty awesome. Now, remember the price point, it doesn't have an amp plate on the back, so you're not paying for all that. You're paying for drivers, you're getting that, and they sell it for an amazing price. In Canada, it's a little bit more, probably about the exchange, that sort of thing. But they have a peak range, of course, of 1200 watts, but they also say that it's 300 watts RMS. So what we did is we pair it off with something reasonable to go with it. So this is from Piezo. It's a PMX 802, which is the same as the new 8040, which we also have BM with Bluetooth, but that's not the important part. The important part is this is between 200 and 400 watts output, so it kind of goes really well with this. These guys here range between $100 to $200 in the US, Canada, that sort of thing. So we didn't want to go like crazy and say put a $1,000 amp on top of it, because then that wouldn't be practical or fair. So if you're looking for a speaker that's absolutely awesome for backyard parties, rec rooms, garages, garage bands, if you just want to have a lot of fun space and you want a ton of bass to do it, this is definitely a great way to go. You can buy a couple of these, you can buy an amp like this. It all works out no problem. So today we're going to test this out. We're going to take the cover off. We're going to play some music on it. I already know it's got some awesome bass. I'm going to try and capture that. But that's why we have the MPM-3000 from Marantz set up right beside the camera, so we can capture all of that. We'll get some good close-up video of the drivers to see how much actual flex there is in it. And then we'll talk about the speaker bit. Like I said, it actually sounds pretty good for the price. I think you'd have to spend at least 3 times more to do better. So that's a pretty big deal when you're looking at a product like this. All right, so we've gotten the cover off. It was like this. It's got 3 screws top, 3 screws bottom, and there's a magic screw right in the middle as added support. I'm going to say Gemini's probably gone through a few variations of this product over the years just to upgrade and modify it. The overall dimensions have remained the same, but definitely, I think they've had enough time with the product to work out a lot of the bugs that you normally would see in a speaker at this price range, thus making it a very good buy. One, it's not rattly. There's no back vibration out of the panel, and the cover doesn't rattle, even though it's a large cover going across the whole surface. They've distributed and divided the sound really well on it. So yes, you do have 2 double 15s. You do have a 15x5 horn on it, and we've got the Piezo tweeters across the top. Now, that's all just to try and balance out the sound. Again, there's no power amp in the back. There's no amp plate, so that's going to chop a whole big cost off the back of this speaker. So something that would probably be in the $500–600 range now becomes $200 to $300 depending on where you live. So that's what's going on here. Again, cardboard, they didn't go with a polypropylene. They went with a cardboard. It does a better job at generating bass, and it's a lot looser and a lot faster to drive. So this way, you can get a lot more sound out of it with a lot less power going into it. Same thing with tweeters. It's all economics. They went with the plastic across the plastic. They've set it all up. It sounds really good. It's not the best, but at the same time, you're not buying this as a DJ. You're buying this because you want to have a lot of volume. You want to have a lot of bass. You want to have a big party. People come to a party and say it's not loud enough. They don't say, ooh, I didn't hear that little refined piece in the song. That's not what it's about. It's really good, and people really enjoy it. Bands use it because they need to PA up themselves in a rec room or in the garage band setup. So that's really good if you need that extra bass, that extra punch. It's going to do that job for you without buying a subwoofer. So it's that middle of the piece. Now, you are going to need an amp on top of it, that's for sure. And like I said, that's why we put this up here. Now, on the back, we do have 2/4 inch, a 1/4 inch for in and out, that sort of thing. And we have just push terminals to plug straight with speaker wire into it. Makes it really easy to set up. It is ported. It's all carpeted. Fit and finish is done pretty well, I gotta say. I'm quite amazed. The handle is designed to carry its weight of the speaker. The speaker does weigh about 50 pounds, and the speaker stands at about 44 inches tall. all of that being said, if you want to have a crazy amount of fun, you want to have a party, this is pretty good to get a party done. Again, like I said earlier, if you're using them in small halls, you know, rec centers, things like that, where budget's always going to be important, but having something that works is going to do really well, that's probably the way to go. I mean, you could have a lot of fun with something like that. Easy enough to carry around and not too worried if somebody breaks it. So drivers can be replaced, that's all right. Same thing with the horn and tweeters. All of that can be replaced. It's carpeted, so it's meant to take a bang. It's not going to get it all scratched up. Even if it does get dented and moving it around, carpet tends to hide all of that. So you're good. It's got reinforcement walls on it, so this way it's going to cut down on vibration. It does add, that's why it's close to 50 pounds when it comes to weight on the thing. But overall, I'm going to give it a pass. We're going to play some music now and let you decide. Again, you know, we're using the GEMINI 3050 to capture the ambient sound in the room. It's good. I mean, there's always better. So I'm going to be turning off my actual body pack, and we're going to listen to this. I'm only going to play it at 25% volume. I do have the GEMINI 3050 set up. It should be all good this time. So here we go. As a reference, this is me talking with just the GEMINI 3050 on, and we're going to hit play. We're going to listen to about 4 songs. About 10-15 seconds each, get a variety, and then we'll move on. Awesome. So there you go. Traditional old school system with incredibly great price point to it. Remember, this stuff's been around for a long time. It actually works, and it works pretty good. So yes, if you're a DJ, there's way better than this. I mean, you can, you know, take this $200 and add a 0 to the end of it. That kind of good, right? So there is mid-price range stuff. But again, if you're looking for stuff for fun, looking for stuff for party, so I don't want anybody saying, oh man, it's not, you know, I can't DJ with that. That's not what we're saying. We're saying it's absolutely awesome fun. You got a crowd of 25 to 50 people at a backyard party. This is going to make that party happen, no problem. Same thing for small halls. If you need something that your entire budget's like $1,000 and you need it to last for a while, that's a pretty good way to go. I always like throwing bingo halls into there too, because that's a pretty good, it's multi-purpose. You can use it like this, buy yourself a system to put on top of it, get your mics, all that. If people need to use it for other events, good for that. There you go. Awesome. Well, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'll try to get back to you on that. If not, some of the other folks always like to reply in, and that's awesome too. Take time to subscribe. I appreciate that. That's how we know we're heading in the right direction. And if you're looking for another video to watch, there's probably one popped up on the screen at this point. So we'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye now.